TIAA is on a mission. Why? Because 54% of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So in collaboration with big-name artists like Wyclef Jean, TIAA released Paper Right, new music inspiring a new financial future. With 100% of streaming sales going to a nonprofit that teaches students how to invest. Stream Paper Right now and help close the gap.
Hey! Maybe I'm just nostalgic, or maybe it's truly magical. Whoa, when I see that castle, the feeling is truly magical. Maybe I'm just nostalgic. Maybe it's truly magic. Maybe I'm just nostalgic. Maybe it's truly magic.
I'm Brooke.
And I'm Gia.
Andrew's not here again today, but this is still a DisNeato podcast. It's October. It's the best month of the year. You know why?
Because of my birthday?
Yes, and mainly because of Halloween.
The best day ever.
Yes. So today we're talking about one of the most classic and treasured pastimes of the Halloween month, and that is dressing up for Halloween in a costume. Ooh. But specifically in Disney costumes. We've all done it.
Have you?
You have.
Do you know that I have?
Yes, I do know that you have. For a fact, actually. So we're going to start off by talking about our own costumes that we've had throughout our lifetimes, ones we would like to have, and we'll take it from there.
All right.
So, Gia.
Yes, Brooke.
Do you remember your very first ever Disney costume?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Wow, that was a long time ago, so I'm surprised.
It was like 30 years ago, so...
Wow, you're going like infant.
I have a photo.
You're an infant?
Me? Do you want to guess? Minnie Mouse.
Wow. At like less than a month old?
No, I was like almost one, maybe.
Okay, so this is 29 years ago, probably.
Well, don't forget, this is about to be
the
first
right.
anniversary of my 30th
Okay,
birthday.
So yeah, 30
so
years ago. Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse. That was my very first Disney costume.
That's cute.
I don't remember being Minnie Mouse, but I've seen lots of pictures.
Well, I mean, I don't remember anything about being one either.
Yeah.
So.
But do you remember your first?
I think my very first Disney costume was when I was 3. And it's not one I'm proud of.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Were you Belle?
I was fucking Belle.
Who did that to you?
My mom.
Lisa,
yep. Mrs. Ketch. Yep.
Did you ever tell her how you felt about that?
So she argues with me that I liked Belle and I wanted to be Belle. But if you have seen this picture of me in my Belle costume, which I think is actually shared on the DisNeato page, I am not happy about it.
No, you definitely got that sass.
I'm very upset.
Yeah.
I knew at 3 years old what an asshole Belle was.
Yeah.
And I was not here for it. But I was Belle. I actually, for my 3rd birthday, had a Beauty and the Beast cake.
I heard that.
Yep.
I can't believe that was you.
I feel like it was forced on me. I feel like, at 3 years old, do you even really know what you like aside from, like chocolate?
You know what I really liked when I was 3?
What?
The Michael Jackson Thriller video.
Yo, listen. Didn't Free Willy come out in 1993 or something like that? I
1993?
loved Free Willy.
I loved Free Willy as well.
I loved Free Willy, and I was obsessed with Michael Jackson because of that movie.
Same.
So, yep. You know what? You do know what you like when you're 3 years old. But
But people can change. Like your opinions can change.
But I feel like even at 3 years old, that picture just shows I knew something was wrong here. Something was amiss.
Wow. Now you know.
So that was my very first one that I at least remember. I'm pretty sure it wasn't any Disney character prior to that moment in history, which we tried to erase.
Well, maybe that's why you don't remember anything. Maybe it's all
I've tried to block it all. It was very traumatic for me.
Yeah.
Didn't want to be Belle. Still don't want to be Belle. I hate Belle. Actually, you know what? My mom told me a story about how when I was younger, I said to her something about Beauty and the Beast is bullshit. And my mom's like,
wow.
You are 3. You should not be saying that. But she laughed at me because it's funny when kids cuss.
It is funny when kids cuss.
Yeah.
So, do you think that she just forced you to be Belle because maybe she liked it?
I don't know. I mean, maybe I liked it at 3.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's very confusing for me. Who was I? Who was I at 3 years old?
Know. I don't even know who you were yesterday.
Me either.
Do you know who I was, though? After Minnie Mouse? Maybe this is a little later. Maybe I was like 8.
Jasmine.
I was Jasmine, but that's not who I was going to say.
I jumped ahead.
Pocahontas.
That was my next one.
Was it?
Yep.
That was
Pocahontas,
before cultural
1995.
appropriation, though, so.
Yeah.
Kind of feel bad
Did you
about it
have
now.
like the long sleeve like costume where it like gave you different color skin and you had like the little...
No, I just had
like,
the like dress and the necklace, you know?
I had the costume that was like long
The
sleeves.
long sleeve one?
Yeah.
That gave you different color skin?
Yeah.
Terrible.
My parents are dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this
cultural
is like
appropriation at its finest.
25 years ago. Well, not for you. Maybe 23
No.
years ago?
23 years ago for me.
Yeah.
You couldn't have been it any sooner than I was because it came out in June and I was Pocahontas that October.
Yeah. Wow.
Octubre.
The best month of the year.
The best month of the year. So I was Pocahontas when I was 5 years old. I reprised my Pocahontas in
Ooh.
2012.
You did.
Chrissy's husband made my Pocahontas costume.
I didn't realize he was that talented.
He's a seamstress. He's got an eye for design. He even made me the necklace. I still have all of it. It probably
That's
doesn't fit
amazing.
anymore. I've put on a few LBs since then, but it was very legit.
Maybe he can take it out for you. I mean, if
Yeah, but
he's
he
such
might
a
be
good
able to take it
seamstress.
out for me.
Yeah.
But that's when my hair was super long
Yeah,
and
I
dark.
remember that.
And it was so legit. Like, I'll find pictures of it. We'll put it on the
Yeah.
DisNeato's page. But yeah, I was Pocahontas twice, and I'll probably do it again before I die.
Yeah.
Next, tell us about
next.
Jasmine.
Yeah. I was Jasmine. The blue costume. My mom put my hair up real nice. I could never do that again. But
Why?
Well, I also put on a few LBs, so I can't wear that costume
Maybe your
anymore.
mom can take the costume out.
Maybe. Maybe she can just make it, like, cut the pants and then just make it, like,
Yeah.
into a big shirt and I just have to get new pants.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jasmine, that was a fun one. Always loved
I
her.
was never Jasmine. I feel like that would be fun. I obviously don't have the hair for it anymore. My hair's not long.
Same.
Yeah, you couldn't be her either
No.
without a wig. Who else was I? Brandon was
Brandon from Musically?
Brandon from Musically, now known as TikTok.
Okay.
Yes. He was Peter Pan. And I was
Ooh.
Tinkerbell. And we were.
I could see you being Tinkerbell.
Yep.
You got the sass for it. So.
I got that pixie sass. You know what I'm saying? So I was that. I talked about this. So when we recorded this episode before, but the file got corrupted, apparently. We'll go with that. I'm sure it wasn't any batteries
Was it,
dying.
I was just going to ask, was it the batteries?
It's not Disney related, but sometimes parents are really good with children's costumes. And my parents had a win one time in their life with Brandon.
Only once?
Only once. When he was really young, he was like maybe 6, I want to say. It's when the Osbournes, like reality TV show,
Ooh,
was
I
out
loved
and it was
that
big.
show.
My parents loved it too. They thought it was the funniest shit ever.
Was
he was Ozzy Osbourne.
That's amazing.
And he looked perfect. He had like this long wig, like the rose colored, like the purple tinted glasses.
I need to see pictures of this.
And he was like in all black. And my parents, the Thanksgiving episode from that one, when Ozzy just kept talking about turkey gravy, they loved that episode. So they were like, Brandon, just go around and be like, oh, turkey gravy. And he did. And it was the funniest
That's
shit ever.
Amazing.
I
And
knew
I
then.
need pictures. Were you Kelly Osbourne or Sharon Osbourne?
No, I think I was like a leopard or something.
Oh, okay.
You know, I was being a fucking weirdo. But it was so funny. And I think about it now and I'm just like, wow, Mom and Dad, you won
Pushed
that year.
Yeah.
That was great.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's not Disney, but
Osbournes
it's
were
pretty good.
Fantastic. One of the best reality shows, I would say.
That shit was
And
so funny.
I love Kelly Osbourne as well.
That's when I was first introduced to like bulldogs because
Yeah.
Jack had Lola and I loved her.
She was cute.
She was really cute.
Back to costumes.
Back to costumes.
Disney costumes?
Disney costumes.
One of my favorites, Winifred Sanderson.
Yes.
My friend Sarah was Mary.
Should have been
And
Sarah.
She should have been Sarah, but Rachel was Sarah. And we were very upset. We went to a costume contest on South Street, and all these people like kept pushing in front of us, and nobody saw us.
You should have had someone put a spotlight on you, and then you
And then I
go,
could
"I
say-
thank you, Max, for that marvelous introduction."
Hello, Salem. I was singing.
Hello,
that.
South Street.
My name's Winifred.
What's yours?
I was singing that to Bodie yesterday, and he loved it. Bodie is my dog, by the way.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's her drug dealer.
Well, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, so I remember that was actually, I think, one of like the first things we talked about
Hocus Pocus
was Hocus Pocus.
I'm
You were like,
shocked.
I was Winifred, and I was like, shut up, let me see. And it was really good. You guys did a really good job with your costumes.
My friend like helped me like make that costume because at that time it wasn't like, I mean, it was a popular movie, but like now you go into the Halloween store and like wall to wall is like all Hocus Pocus stuff.
I feel like it's had a resurgence
It
like
really
in the
did.
last few years.
So that was a really fun one, and I would love to do that one again. So we should.
I
get on
really
that.
have always wanted to be Sarah.
Yeah.
I think it would just be so much fun. And also, I've got a weird nose like Sarah does, so it works.
my
It's
God.
totally
I hate
could
you.
nail it.
Hate you.
Do you?
I don't. I'm just kidding. Mary Poppins. Did you see that one? In
Yes,
person?
I actually talked about it on the first recording that we did. I
Ooh.
talked about you being Mary Poppins and how good it was.
I loved that one. That was my favorite.
That was a
one.
really good one.
One of my favorites. I made that hat out of like pipe cleaners because I was, I was a preschool teacher at the time, so I was able to get like all the stuff
So
to make
crafty.
my costume. I know.
So witchcrafty.
Ooh.
Oh,
Did I put a spell on you?
and now I'm yours. What else was I? I had like a drought there for a little while.
You were like tired of Disney.
Yeah, I
over
don't
it.
know. I just wasn't creative. We had the gender bending one where you were a female Gaston and I was the Beast, but I feel like mine wasn't gender bent. I was just the Beast
Why do you say that?
because I looked like a dude.
Did you?
Yeah,
I don't think
I
you
didn't
did.
like make it feminine at all.
I feel like you also weren't feeling good that day.
I wasn't. I remember that. I think I had like a seizure or something.
Yeah.
Weird.
But you had like the fur and like
Yeah, I had the fur and the blue jacket and like
Yeah.
the yellow. I was like the ball beast. You know, like when he's at the ball
Yeah.
with her, he's dancing, whatever the fuck. I don't care. But I was
I
fancy
mean,
beast.
I had like freaking crazy yellow gloves on that were like
it looked great though.
$2.
It was really like you did a good
I
job.
think that was one of my favorite costumes. I would definitely gender bend again.
So let's talk about who we would gender
Ooh.
bend. I would like to gender bend Flynn Rider. Personally, I was assigned to gender bend Hades by Andrew when we originally recorded this
I would
podcast.
gender bend Hades for
I
sure.
also would gender bend Hades.
Also Hercules.
You should be
do that.
Hercules. I'll be fucking Hades.
Let's do it.
That'd be fun.
Did we just figure out our costumes for this year?
I think we did. Who was I about to say that I would gender bend that I thought would have been cool? Now I fucking forget.
Was it Hook? I mentioned Captain Hook earlier.
No, it wasn't Hook, but I do think that would be a fun one.
That would be a really
I think
fun
that
one.
would be fun. Oh, I can't think of it. It was just there in my brain, and now it's gone. Oh, why?
Did you hear that?
What? Yeah, I heard it. I don't remember. Whatever. It's fine.
Well, if you could be any Disney character now,
What do you
who do you
mean?
think you would want to dress up as?
Like
not
any-
gender bending.
Not gender bending?
You can put that on the back burner.
I would want to be Moana.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not Elsa.
Yeah, you have to let me finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I would also want to be Elsa.
I thought that would be first.
I feel like I missed my opportunity because a few years ago my hair was long and blonde.
Yeah, you did.
And I missed my opportunity then. And it actually came out like the year before I did that. So like it would have been fucking perfect. And I blew it.
But at that time, everybody, like
I
every
know.
kid.
Everyone was Elsa.
Was Elsa.
Although, true fact, if you come to my house on Halloween dressed as Elsa, you get extra candy.
Oh, I'll keep that in mind.
So I'm just saying. Find out where I live, dress up as Elsa. Only on Halloween, though. Not any other day of the year. I'll call the police.
I don't think you would. I think if Elsa showed up at your door, you'd be like, oh my God.
Probably. I'd be like,
Please
oh my
come in.
God, please. It's just clearly Gia dressed as Elsa. And I'm like, Elsa, come in, my queen, my queen.
It's like
Would you like some Chardonnay?
Yeah.
our listener Rudy from San Fran just flies in dresses.
Yeah. It's like, I'm like, oh my God, Elsa, tell me all about yourself. Are you really a lesbian? Are you getting a female love interest in Frozen 2? Can I know?
So this happened on the previous recording too.
No, I didn't
What?
forget.
Okay.
He thinks I forgot about our most notorious, best last-minute Halloween costume of all time that we did 2 years ago.
I was waiting because that's clearly the best thing that we've ever done.
So the best Halloween costume Gia and I ever did was in 2016.
Yeah.
And it was like a few days after I'd gotten my wisdom teeth out. You came over because there was like an early like London football game on, and we were doing like an all day like brunch
all-day bender,
football
like,
binge.
Yeah.
And we were drinking all day, and we were just being ourselves, hilarious. And we were
As
like, what are
always.
we going to be for Halloween? Like, we need to figure it out. And we both love Hocus Pocus.
But we were watching Hocus Pocus, right?
Yes. Well, I was talking about how, so the two like bullies, Jay and Ice, I was talking about how in the movie, Ice says something that's like, this is so lame. It's like not even a good burn. It's so stupid. And Jay laughs like it's the funniest shit he's ever heard in his life.
I
Like
feel
screaming.
like that represents us, though.
It does.
Because I would laugh at you like that.
I mean,
And-
you spilled Gozy on your ditties, and
did.
I cracked the fuck up. Anyway, story for another time. So we were like, let's be fucking Jay and Ice. And then we were like, but how do we beat Jay and Ice?
You were like, I can be Jay. I have this jacket. Mm-hmm. And how did I
So-
like? We went to Kmart and I just
Yeah.
found some random like 4X like crazy,
it was so
short sleeve button down shirt.
my hair then was, I was starting to go blonde
Yes.
then. And so it was lighter like Jay's, and it was waved, and it was like the same length as his. And I was like, oh, I've got the black shirt, I've got a chain, I've got the leather jacket, and I've got like this plaid shirt I can wrap around my waist just like Jay does. And I was like, but for you, this is harder. So she's right. We went to Kmart and we were looking. We're like, where the fuck are we going to find like a gross orange striped plaid shirt?
That's like short sleeve. And,
Yeah.
and it just came to us instantly. Like Kmart, perfect,
Kmart's going to
right
have
around
it.
the corner. And they did. They came through.
Kmart fucking had a gross ass orange plaid shirt. I was like, go figure. And a fedora.
Yeah.
Just like Ice wear. So it was
And it was the
perfect.
best costume under like $10.
And you got like that weird like trench coat that like he also wears. Also
Yeah.
at Kmart. Like Kmart is built for the Jays and Ices
Yeah.
of the world. So if
you're
you are Jay and Ice, like
Yeah.
go there. You're good. And so we threw that together. It was like less than an hour from the
Yeah.
time we thought about it to the time we were done. That
It
like
was
it just all
executed
came
perfectly.
together. I'm going to make sure that producer Matt or Gia, like, because I'm not very active on Facebook, post the pictures to the DisNeato's Facebook
You
page.
know what? I'll get right on that.
Because
Because
it's
that's the best.
wait, don't post it till this episode comes out.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'll wait.
Gosh, keep them waiting.
I can't help it.
But that was probably the best thing ever, and I would gladly reprise that one as well.
I think we should do that for sure.
Mm-hmm. So we want to be the Sanderson sisters and also Jay and Ice. We just want to reenact the movie ourselves.
So we need to just have like a week, like one Saturday. Mm-hmm.
What if we went to Ren Fair,
dresses the Sanderson
Sanderson
sisters?
sisters, and then as Jay and Ice?
I'm down for that.
That would be so much fun. I feel like people
I
there would
think-
get it.
Sean would hate us.
He doesn't have to go. What is he? He doesn't have to go.
Stay home.
Yeah, stay home.
Right, well,
You know what he could be?
Ooh.
If we're the Sanderson sisters, he could be the bus driver.
Yes.
He's like, bubble, I'm in
that's
trouble.
what you're going with? Not,
Yeah.
Not Billy the zombie?
No.
He's just gonna be a
No,
random bus
because
driver?
Sean is so much
He's
more the
100%
bus driver.
driver.
That would be perfect. Or the little kid that they steal the candy from. He's like, oh no, my candy. That would be him.
I love you, Sean. Don't hate me.
Don't hate us. All right, so gender. We talked about who we would gender bend for costumes. Did you say who you would gender bend?
So
I said
Hercules.
I would do
Hercules.
Hercules and you would do Hades.
Mhm.
I would also do Miguel, Coco.
Oh yeah.
That would be cute.
That
And
would
then
be.
Bodhi can be Dante.
Oh my goodness.
Bodhi is Dante.
He really is.
Well, Coda is a little
Yeah.
Dante
Coda
as
can
well.
be
I feel like
Dante as
Coda
well.
has more of the intelligence of Dante.
Aw. He's
Sweet.
so sweet.
But I also call him Coco. Coda can be Coco.
Yes.
Because that's what I call him. And then Bodhi can be Dante, and they're best
Perfect.
friends.
We worked it out.
Yeah, done. Matt, so in our previous recording, Andrew came up with a great gender bending costume for producer Matt. He was like, just take yourself as you are and then wear a blue suit. He could be the fairy godfather.
That's
Which is
amazing.
really good,
I can totally
I think.
see that. How do you feel about that?
I'm fine with that. And then we assigned to Andrew that he was going to be Esmeralda.
Yeah.
Like a
Okay.
gender bend of Esmeralda. Now, I don't know if we're going to follow through with this, but the original talk was we were 100% going to make these costumes and go into work dressed
I
that
feel like
way.
you have to
I
now.
feel like, so I still think Andrew would be an amazing gender bent Esmeralda. Like,
Yeah.
very well groomed and
Yeah.
like dressed very fashionably and like sassy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Esmeralda.
You guys need to do it. I don't work with you, but I'll show up.
You can, just show up. You might as well work with us.
I pretty much work
Everyone
with
knows who you are.
Yeah.
Even my boss, who you've never met, knows who you are. He asked if you were my life partner.
you. I did
He
meet
did.
him, though.
He was like,
And I
This
forgot.
was before. This
Oh,
was
before
even
that.
before. He was like, he just came up to me out of nowhere. And he was like, would you consider Gia to be your life partner? And I was like, yes, without hesitation. Just yes.
And then, like, the next week, he was like, oh, hey, Gia. And I was like, oh,
It was like
hi.
oh yeah, it was like a week later.
Yeah.
Because he asked me that right before we did that
Yeah.
Brewfest. And okay. So just saying, our bond runs deep.
The one other thing that we did on the last episode was that we had actually posed a question to Reddit to hear some of their Disney
Oh
costumes.
yeah, let's talk
So
about them.
Here's some of the answers. Loudy T said that so far she's done Dipper, Mabel, and Shoes from the show Gravity Falls.
I have no idea what
No
that
clue.
is.
Minnie and Mickey. A homemade sweet Spider-Man, Thor, and Loki with a staff. Captain Jack Sparrow, Woody, a Jedi Mickey, a Darth Vader Goofy, and Russell from Up. All of them were homemade except for Thor.
I think if I were to gender bend someone from the Marvel universe, though, I would do either Loki or Star-Lord.
I could see a gender bend Loki being really dope.
Star-Lord, Chris Pratt's character. Yeah. We talk about Chris Pratt a lot. I mean, I think about Chris Pratt all the time.
User Mitchie Sue said, I don't have any pictures, but I made a hoodie into a Sully costume a couple years back. I dyed it, I painted it with purple spots, and added a plush tail and horns, and I did my makeup all fancy, and it was super fun. When I worked at the mall in college, I used a dress that I had for my senior prom that was really light blue, and then I just bought a crown and became Cinderella.
Oh, yeah.
That's one I've
Gia
never done.
loves to wear tiaras.
I wore a tiara
Fact.
for my prom.
Yep.
Junior prom.
She loves tiaras.
Because I'm a princess.
Anna Aka said her husband's friend made Darkwing Duck and Launchpad McQuack costumes. They are hilarious, even more so when they found out that they couldn't see anything while they were in them, so I had to hold my husband's hand the entire night and lead him around. My fiance and I were Rapunzel and Eugene, but this year
It's
we'll be Minnie
Flynn.
and
Ryder.
Minnie, and that was from Plant-Based Witch. And then finally there was Quartz Quandary, who said, I don't have any photos, but I've been Tiger Lily, Tinkerbell, and Peter Pan.
And I think Tiger Lily is such a good one. Like,
that's a good one.
it's like nobody ever remembers Tiger Lily.
So thank you to the people at
Yes,
the
thank you.
Our
Thanks,
Disney
guys.
Reddit page.
I'm really upset that we missed the Chris Pratt penis prediction. But
forgot that happened until you mentioned it.
I
Now
think
I'm really
something we
upset.
had talked about, and it was something I kind of did on the fly, and that was because I was a few glasses deep. Once we hit that episode, we were talking about a DisNeato Halloween costume contest, where like if people were Disney characters of any kind for Halloween to like use a certain hashtag, and then Andrew and I would pick the winner just based off our own like
I think you should
totally
totally do
biased
that.
opinions about whichever was our favorite, and then that person would be invited to
pick a topic.
pick a topic and be a guest co-host on the
I think
show.
That sounds like
And if they
great
lived in the
guys.
area, they could come over. If you can't, we will call you in something of that nature. I can't remember the hashtag we used though.
Well, we only used it on that episode and it's lost, so we can just make it up now.
We can make it up again.
But will it be as great as the original?
I think it was a very direct one.
I think it was just like hashtag DisNeato Halloween or something like
wow.
that.
Real creative.
Could be Halloweenito.
Let's go with DisNeato Halloween.
Okay.
Halloweeny, because Andrew can guess the wiener.
Yes, he can. He's very good. He is very good at it.
I need to see this
He
ability.
could maybe like make, some side money off that prediction because people would be interested.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, he could tell me what anyone's ding looks like.
So do you go around and check at people's dings then after?
I mean, if dudes will just like whip it out and I'll be like,
they will.
Well, Andrew, you were right. Wider at the base, for sure. For sure. Anyway. So, yeah, if you want to be a guest co-host and you have a really cool Disney Halloween costume, it could be your kids as well. I think we opened it up to like, you don't have to do it, but if your kids are being one, like I said, if they're dressed as Elsa, you get special treatment from me. So just keep that in mind. Hashtag DisNeato Halloween. Matt wants to keep it boring.
Halloweeny.
Should we make it? I feel like it should go without saying, but homemade costumes, right? Not just going and buying a store-bought costume and throwing it on.
I feel like that's kind of hard. I mean, we're not all talented.
Everyone.
We're not Chrissy's husband, so
exactly. We are not Chrissy's husband.
But I do think that if it's homemade, you definitely have a higher.
I feel like if it's homemade, you score some extra brownie points.
Yeah. Unless it's Elsa.
But Elsa, you just buy that shit, and I'm just like, yeah, you. So. All right. So if you have any Disney Halloween costumes that you had growing up that you'd like to share with us, any ones you're planning on doing, any cool parenting wins with Disney Halloween costumes, feel free to email us at DisNeatoPodcast@gmail.com. Visit our website, DisNeatoPodcast.com, our Facebook page, DisNeatos, or our Twitter at DisNeatoPodcast. Otherwise, Andrew will be back next week, and we're going to talk about
how terrible I was.
What are we talking about next week?
Something Halloween-y.
Hocus Pocus.
What? You said I could be here for that.
Yeah, you might be here for next week's episode as well, but he'll be back. Either way. Okay.
Maybe I'll just come watch you.
Yeah. That's not weird.
It's a little weird.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God, did you lose Andrew talking about Chris Princeton?
Oh my God, I think I did. I forgot that
Matt!
happened.
I think, was that episode? Andrew has a scary, accurate ability to predict what a man's penis looks like. He, on the last time we recorded, predicted what Chris Pratt's penis looks like. And it was the best thing. And if it's true that we lost that, I'm going to cry.
I'm so sorry.
So you had good dreams.
Mr. Paris, set a course. Set a course.
Set a course for the unstoppable Jack and Jen podcasting the impossible. Star Trek Voyager being the material. Wine is the vehicle, just like milk for your cereal. Here we go, blast into the Delta Quadrant. Uncharted territory, but we're on it. So pour me another glass of Cabernet, cause it pairs well zipping across the galaxy. Never in my life was a cruise so brave. Never was a time that I lacked rosé. But you learn something new each and every day. To explore new things is a Starfleet way. Podcast hailing from the Geekscape Nation, talking Star Trek with the wine persuasion. So you wanna live long and prosper fine? Then you better tune in to 7 of Wine.
And this is 7 of Wine, where we review an episode of Star Trek Voyager and a bottle of wine at the same time. I'm Jacqueline. I'm Jennifer. This is 7 of Wine.
Set a course for home.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network. You're listening to the Geekscape Network.